All right, here's what we got. I think are in agreement. Yeah, I think so. I'm sorry. Everywhere except 1, 4, and 19. We are in agreement everywhere with, except 4 and 19, I think is actually what I should say.
1, 4, and 19.
1, 4, and
Yeah.
19.
We've amended the top there to reflect what our disagreement in 1 would be, which is that all contract provisions would be effective July 1st unless otherwise specified. That's again to indicate that our interest is that the COLA is retroactive to July 1st. We are counting with a 6, 6, and 6. We appreciated the conversation about a $50 increase to the safety footwear stipend to account for folks in occupations that can get messy, that would need assistance with laundering costs that also need safety footwear. We are bringing back our association rights proposal. I think probably spoken this to death at this point. But that's what we believe our bargaining unit members need.
Okay, thank you. We'll review and consider it. I expect we'll be able to turn around another counter pretty quickly. The district, this exceeds the economic costs that the district is willing to incur, so we're not able to agree to it. But we will review it, evaluate it, and come back with a counter. I do want to ask, I want to speak to one part of one part of Article 1 that is a little technical. So we hear you on the COLA retro piece, and we've, I think, signaled where we see that we can land on that issue. We are interested in making that change in Article 1, though, that says that the contract will be effective upon mutual ratification unless otherwise specified. You know, eventually I think we're going to land at the point, if we settle, where in the COLA articles, we will specify retroactive COLAs backdated to July 1st. But it is important for us, for the remaining terms of the contract, to, and a lot of these changes and updates, to go into effect upon ratification. Otherwise, I think we would have to go through and line by line look at every single negotiated benefit to try to evaluate what we would try to somehow apply retroactively, or what would just occur upon ratification. And that is our intent. And that is the way it works with the EEA contract. We actually brought this language in Article 1, because that's exactly how it's structured with EEA. It says effective upon mutual ratification unless otherwise specified for each individual term. So that's where we came from. That's where we've been coming from with that Article 1 proposal.
So a clarifying question. I'm wondering, the classified employees who've been doing affinity groups for significantly less pay for this whole year would not get retro pay for those affinity groups. Stipends.
That's something we can discuss.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the language itself is not something that's a non-starter for us. It's largely that it affects so many things, like the COLA, like affinity group pay, like
there's too much. We can't apply it all retroactively. It's not feasible. If there are particular individual issues that you want to flag for us that would be affinity group, that's something we can discuss.
Yeah, I know that's been a particular interest of ours for
Safety
the last year. So
safety shoe increases, retroactive, $50 prorated over. I mean, you see where we start to get into the weeds on, you know. So bilingual differential, these are new benefits. We're not interested in trying to backdate that to July 1st. I mean, so that's why our preference is to just have the default be that it'll be retro unless otherwise specified. And I think we're flagging some areas we'd be open to specify for retro.
Appreciate that.
Okay, thank you. We'll review and try to get back to you as soon as we can.
I will admit, we are losing functionality on this side of the table. Do you have an estimate of time?
30 minutes?
We're already here.
Okay.
Okay, we have a package counter proposal that we just handed across the table. We are down to two issues: cost of living adjustments and the president's release time. So we're maintaining our proposal that all provisions in the CBA are effective upon mutual ratification unless otherwise specified. So under item 1, article 1, we're restating the proposal that we gave earlier today. We're again restating that our agreement to remove the 5 non-economic article limit is contingent upon acceptance of our proposal with respect to article 4 and the president release time issue. This is an extremely important issue to us in trying to resolve the contract. Article 4, we're resubmitting the proposal from 1121. Item 3, article 8 matches what you just provided to us. Item 4, which is article 14, matches what you just gave to us. Item 5, article 17, insurance, matches what you just gave to us. Item 6, which addresses article 19, wages. For COLA, we are increasing our proposal to 5%, 4.75%, and 4.75%. We are specifying here that the year 1 COLA increase will be effective July 1st, 2025. That means retro pay of 5% if we can reach an agreement on this. 19.17.3.1, we are signaling agreement to the proposal that you just made to increase the safety gear allowance to $250 for employees required to wear safety rated footwear. There are 2 numbers referenced in that proposal. We're making it clear that it's the first one that relates to the shoes, but I think we're on the same page there. 19.21, we're clarifying that we're restating the amounts from our earlier proposal, and we're willing to apply those retroactively to July 1st, 2025. I don't think there's anything to note with the rest. We just updated the proposal times and simplified the language because we were already on the same page with all of those items. If the district's not willing to pay directly for the president release time, if that issue is resolved, we could go to 5% and 5% in year 2 and 3 and have a TA.
Yeah, we're gonna step out and talk.
We'll step out too, so just,
Okay, yeah,
you can.
thank you for this. I want to start by saying that I think we made a lot of really great progress today. And also that we want to acknowledge that the proposal we're about to pass you is kind of the result of us feeling a little bit wedged back into a corner. We appreciate that that's sometimes how bargaining goes, right? That we are engaging in a conversation about which benefit to all employees is the most important benefit to all the employees. We very firmly intend with this counter not to indicate that any of the proposals that we've made at any point are not as important as we have repeatedly insisted that they are. Nor that we find that any of the proposals that we've made are not in the best interests of every single one of the employees that we represent. Especially the folks that give of their time and energy to make this possible. With that said, what we are handing over to you is, and Ms. Tina, if you would help me out here. Is that enough? Is a package proposal that reflects what you had offered verbally in our last meeting, which is to agree to the terms of the Article 1 and Article 4 contingent proposal for the proposal from November 21st on the district's part, and the Article 1 proposal that removes the article limit going forward, and the provisions of the CBA effective upon mutual ratification with the exception of anything otherwise specified. In Article 19, which is the next difference from the last package you passed to us, we're proposing a 5% COLA with retro to July 1st, and a 5% in 2026 and in 2027. The other indications there are, again, the safety gear allowance to $250, the affinity pay retroactively to July 1st, and everything else is as presented in your last package proposal. Is there anything else folks wanted to say?
Thank you. I think we just need to look at this just with blurry eyes. I just want to read. Barbara, I just want to read it. That's all I'm saying. I think it's really important to sign the final TA. I want to make sure it's correct. That's all.
Yeah, we're just all tired.
Yeah.
We've been here a long time.
Agreed. That's why I don't want to make a mistake.
I hear ya.
So,
But yeah, I also just want to acknowledge that when people are tired, sometimes they have.
Yeah, okay. I believe this reflects what we signaled would result in a TA. So I think
I
we
believe so
have
as well.
one. We just have to look at it.
Okay, go
And
for
that's
it.
all.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Thank you. We have a TA. We're willing to TA this. Do you all have authority to sign the TA?
Yeah, I just want to point out really quick because that felt so inappropriate. Like during all of these bargaining sessions, you have huffed inside, people have smirked or had side conversations, and we've never publicly called any of you out for what any of us have thought were inappropriate. So I just want to, in Barbara's defense, like somebody can make a facial expression or have a reaction to something, and they still don't deserve to be on a recording publicly called out for facial expression.
I apologize, Barbara. I apologize.
Yeah, we had the conversation. Lisa had to go home. It's been a long day and the lights.
I think we
Um,
did that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think we're
that-
ready.
Okay, yeah, as long as you all have authority to sign a TA, then we'll sign it and we'll have an agreement.
Something.